Hey ladies, it's Victoria. Thanks so much for coming back to my channel. I'm sorry I'm not getting around to doing this video until Monday. I actually did film it over the weekend like I said I was going to, and then I tried to upload, and somehow in that process I lost the footage. So I do apologize for that. So it is snowing. It's probably not going to focus on that. Well, maybe a little bit. It's snowing like crazy. We're about to get a pretty big winter storm, anywhere between 12 and 18 inches, depending on who you listen to, between today and tomorrow. So I am off of work today, so I thought I'd catch up with a few videos that I had talked about. So this is the first one that I had mentioned, the 5 things I would tell myself if I could go back and tell myself before my egg retrieval, or you could also call it the 5 things I'll do differently for my next egg retrieval, which will be in February at some point. And where I got this idea from, if you guys don't follow Heidi Kim TV, I'm going to link her channel down below. You definitely want to. She's an amazing mommy vlogger. She's been through so much and she does so many amazing videos. And one of her kind of ongoing series are these 5 things videos that she would either go back and tell like her teenage self, or 5 things she would change about her wedding, or 5 things she'll do differently next time she cloth diapers, things like that. So definitely check out her channel, again linked below. But that's where I got this idea from. I think it's nice to kind of have a way to keep yourself from talking for 45 minutes and just get to the point. So I have a little list that I wrote on the back of an envelope, super exciting. It's actually my bill from my lab, woohoo. So the 5 things that I will do differently next time, or that I wish I could go back and tell myself about my egg retrieval. Number 1 is that even though you see a lot of videos on YouTube where people get to have their partners or a family member with them during retrieval, that's not how it works in the state of Pennsylvania. There are state regulations that don't allow anyone back in there with you. And there's not even like an observation room. So the second we check in, they took me away from my husband and my mom. They weren't even allowed to be with me when I was in the holding area. Once I got my IV and I had to wait like 40 minutes before they even took me back to the room to do the procedure, I was completely by myself. So I wish I would have known that. And now next time I will, and I'm going to take headphones because I did, as you guys saw, get to keep my phone with me so I can listen to some music and just kind of zone out since I don't get to have anyone with me. So that's something I wish I would have known and that I'll do differently next time. The next thing is I will bring along snacks and things to have afterwards. You have to fast. And I was absolutely parched, even though I was given fluids intravenously. I was so thirsty and I was so hungry by the time it was over. And I didn't have anything with me, and they gave me some graham crackers and some ginger ale, but that was not good for my stomach at all. And I'll tell you guys a little bit more, but next time I'll definitely bring snacks with me, and I recommend having, even if it's just a granola bar and some juice or Gatorade or whatever, I highly recommend taking something with you to have afterwards. So that's the second thing that I will do differently next time. The third thing is kind of more personal, related to me. Maybe you won't have the same issue that I did, but you may remember, and I'm sorry, you may remember from my video where I was talking about my egg retrieval, I said that I had an issue, with my breathing. Because it is such a short procedure, they don't intubate, at least my clinic doesn't, unless there's some pre-existing issue where they need to. So because of that, I wasn't intubated, and my airway completely shut down as soon as I was out. So next time I will make sure that I am intubated, which, as I understand it, will probably mean that they move me to the OR for the procedure versus doing it in the clinic. But that's something that I'll definitely do differently next time, because I felt pretty crummy afterwards, and I think some of that had to do from the loss of oxygen and just kind of struggling through the anesthesia. So I will definitely do that differently next time. And then my last two things that I wish I could go back and tell myself, or that I'll do differently next time, kind of go together. And the first is the amount of pain and bloating that I was going to experience. I've seen so many videos on YouTube. I'd researched this to death before it was done, of course. That's how I am. In so many videos, everybody felt good. I mean, they were a little crampy, a little bloaty, but it was no big deal and everybody was fine. So I had no expectation of having extreme pain or extreme bloating, and I had both. As you guys might know, Monday after my procedure and that night were absolutely intolerable for me. It was to the point that we almost went to the ER. I was in so much pain I could barely move. It hurt so bad to try to go to the bathroom, and I had to go like every hour. The pain was keeping me awake or waking me up when I would fall asleep, and I was so bloated. I had looked 6 months pregnant while I was doing the stimming anyway, but it was only exacerbated after the egg retrieval. And sorry if you can hear my dogs playing in the background. So I wasn't prepared for any of that, and when I came home from the procedure, I still had, you know, the anesthesia and the pain medication that they give you kind of running through me. So I was like, oh, I feel good. I'm gonna sit up. I'm gonna, you know, walk around the house, throw in some laundry, and I paid dearly for that. So next time, I'm going to be prepared for that. And the other thing to know is, and it's kind of common sense if you think about it, but I guess I just never considered this, is your ovaries really need to be still during this procedure. You know, they're going in there to open these follicles to get to the eggs, so they need your ovary to stay still. And sometimes if they won't stay still, they will manipulate them with their hands. So that's why I was in so much pain. It turned out that it took 3 of the staff members, nurses, and medical assistants to press really hard on my stomach and kind of keep my ovary in place while my doctor was doing the procedure. So I had a lot of internal bruising. So now I will know next time to not try to be a hero and not take pain medication. I'm just going to do it. So those are things that I wish I would have known, or I will do differently with the pain and the bloating. And then also with that, my last thing is that next time I will eat salt and salty foods and drink Gatorade from a few days before until a few days after and up my protein, because once someone told me that Monday night about eating salty foods and then drinking Gatorade and upping my protein, it made all the difference in the world. Within like 6 hours, I was feeling so much better. It really draws the bloating out. The salt draws all the excess liquid out, and then the Gatorade really flushes it out of your system, and the protein just helps bolster you back up. So I will definitely be using that trick next time, and I highly recommend it to anyone. Even just going through the stim medications, it will make a huge difference in your bloating. So salt, Gatorade, and protein, definitely doing that next time. So that is my update about the 5 things that I will do differently or wish I would have known. Do you guys have anything that you would add to this? Anything from your own experiences or other people's that you know of? Leave them down below, because obviously we're doing this again. So anything that I can do to make the procedure go smoother is obviously a win. So anyway, I am so happy to be back with you guys, and we're gearing up for stim cycle number 2. We are moving forward with it, and we're just waiting for my cycle to start, which should be sometime this week. So again, I'll be doing updates with all of my appointments and my protocol and everything, so stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!